Hey guys, it's me, Helena. Welcome back to the channel. I am in a really cool Airbnb. Can you see it? Can you see how cool the vibe of this place is? I just am obsessed with the background. So I wanted to record a quick video sharing with you about how I manifest. And I'm gonna make this very simple because, oh my gosh, there is so much on the internet about how to manifest. And I'm gonna tell you, most of it is gibberish. Most of it is not really gonna help you. This is what's gonna help you, and it's very simple. I think so many people, when they talk about manifestation or manifesting, it's this complicated thing of I have to visualize, I have to make a vision board, I have to make a Pinterest board, I have to constantly remind myself of all the things that I want in my life all the time. No. Stop making manifestation so complicated. Here's what to do instead. You don't need to constantly remind yourself of what you're trying to manifest. You don't need to make a vision board and look at it every day. You don't need to write in your journal future letters to yourself having the things that you're trying to manifest. You don't need to constantly do that. It's a waste of energy and it's exhausting, and it's what a lot of self-help people are spouting, and it doesn't work for most people. It doesn't. Here's what works, and it's very, very simple. Step one, know your values. In other words, know your core authentic self, as you want to know the energy that you're trying to bring into your life. And that energy is usually a reflection of who you are deep down. So for me, some examples of values that I use to remind myself of are freedom, creativity, self-expression, groundedness. These are just a couple of values of things that I remind myself the energy that I'm trying to bring into my life and the energy that I want to feel. Because our feelings are so powerful. Our feelings are more powerful than thoughts or like phrases or things we're trying to manifest, like actions or things we want to have or do in our lives. It's not the thing that we want to have. It's not the thing that we want to do that we think will make us happy. It's none of that stuff. What we actually want is to feel a certain way. And so if we can feel a certain way already, without having the thing or doing the thing, just being the energy of the value, we're already there. We're already there. When we honor our values or the core authentic parts of us and embrace that and embody those values, given whatever circumstances are happening in our lives right now, that's when we're in true alignment with ourselves. And so that's the first tip, is know your values. If you need some help finding your values, be sure to check out my free meditations that I have down below. You can download them for free, get some information on your soul's values and what energetically you are calling in, your authentic code that you want to call into your life. I have some meditations down below that can help you. In my ebook and journal, I've also included a list of words of things that you can cross out and eliminate to find the words and values that really resonate and work for you. But I'll include all that below in the description box, but feel free to do your work on value setting and like figuring out your values, whether it's Danielle Laporte's The Desire Map or To Be Magnetic or my own book, whatever it is, find the thing that resonates and works for you. Second step is you want to write a list. That's it. You just want to write a list. Nothing complicated here. You don't need to draw or sketch or make a painting of your visualized, manifested life. No. Just write a list. Literally get a piece of paper, pen. I find that handwriting is really powerful in bringing in the things that we want in our lives. It's weird, like writing with a pen can kind of bring you into a state of soft hypnosis. So I really encourage you to actually use a physical pen and paper and write down a list of all the things that you want to manifest. Can be very general, can be very specific. If you have a house that you want to manifest, I really recommend getting as specific as you want and having fun with it. Do you want a porch? What does the porch look like? Right now, I'm currently actually trying to manifest a apartment in Bali for a month for me and Alex this summer. And I have an exact vision of what I want for this apartment that we want to rent. So I've written down a list of all the little things I want in this place. So do that. That's the next step you want to do, is you want to write a list, and feel free to go as specific as you want. After you write that list, your physical work is pretty much done. You don't need to constantly remind yourself of the list or look back at it always, or, on the next waning crescent moon, reminding yourself, there's so much talk about manifesting with like the lunar cycles and all this stuff. And it's like, it doesn't need to be so complicated. Just write a list, know what you want, put it in your journal, and live in alignment with yourself. So that's the next tip, is you want to get into alignment, which basically means you want to do the things that feel really good for you and that feel joyful for you and that make you feel excited and alive, and doing those little things every single day, even if it's just for 20 minutes a day in the morning or 30 minutes a day at night after you come home from work. Basically, you want to do the things that light you up and then take action on things after you feel that inspiration and that excitement and that alignment. Take inspired action, otherwise known as inspired action, where you take action based on the inspiration, the gut feelings, the instincts, the yes, I want to do it. If it's not a hell yes, it's a hell no, right? So wait for that excitement, that inspiration, that aliveness. You can't manifest without some sort of action. So action is required, but make sure that when you do take action, you're taking inspired action. You're getting excited and aligned, whether it's a routine that you really love, or doing some yoga, or listening to some music and dancing, or running around on your living room floor with socks on, like spinning in your living room, whatever it is, going for a walk, whatever it is, do the things that light you up. Even better if you can surround yourself with people who light you up and inspire you. I know Lacey Phillips in To Be Magnetic, she calls them expanders. The best expanders are people who kind of started at the same place as you did. So you guys both had a similar story or a similar starting point, and your expander essentially shows you a way to get there, or they show you that it's possible, that the thing that you want, or the life that you want to live is possible. The more we spend time in that energy of connecting and surrounding ourselves by people who have done what we want to do, or are living a life that is our dream, or living an energy that we want to experience, the more it's going to be cemented into our mind, into our subconscious, that what we want is possible and that we can have what we desire. And it's just going to subtly reinforce that the more that you surround yourself with people who really inspire you. The last tip is quite possibly the hardest for many people, but it's very, very important. You want to build up your deservingness. You want to start to reprogram your mind and train your beliefs to remind yourself that you are fully deserving of everything that you want on that list. You want to get into a place of confidence and belief in yourself that you can take the action, you can take the risks, you can put yourself out there, you can make that email, that cold call, and feel like, yeah, I deserve this. Even if this person doesn't respond to me, I deserve this and I am capable of having this. You want to get into that state of deservingness. And this requires patience and a lot of trust in yourself. And I highly recommend, I know I've said this before, I feel like this is an ad at this point. I should really get them to sponsor me. I don't even know if they do sponsors, but I should get them to sponsor me. Basically, I love To Be Magnetic. I love meditations. I love guided meditations that reprogram your subconscious beliefs. I'm not talking about conscious beliefs. I'm talking about subconscious stuff. I'm talking about stuff that we picked up from childhood. I'm talking about the things that happened to us on the playground when we were kids. I'm talking about our parents and the things that we saw and witnessed as children before the age of 7, before the age of 10. Those things that we see and experience and hear in our lives are cemented in our subconscious. And so we first have to recognize that a lot of what we believe subconsciously comes from that period of our lives, and we have to reprogram it to heal ourselves. And so I highly recommend doing meditation work. Guided meditations are amazing. That's kind of what started me on my path of really like manifesting full force and very quickly in my life. Like manifesting a lot of my, like, guys, I don't want to sound like I'm living my dream life and I'm so happy, and like part of me doesn't even want to think about the future because right now is too good. Like thinking about the future scares me sometimes because the future is so unknown, but right now it's so good. Like I'm living my dream life, and I do believe that I partially manifested this. Obviously there was a lot of work involved and there's a lot of things that I did and my husband did and we're working together, but just know that I manifested this dream life that I'm living right now, I believe, partially through guided meditations. Guided meditations is what really started this path for me and helped me clear a lot of wounds and parts of myself that I didn't want to look at, my shadow self. And I'm so passionate about guided meditations, and so I thus have made my own guided meditations. I'll include a link down below to my shop if you want to check out my guided meditations. But I've done so much work around this, and when you start to believe that you are deserving of having everything that you want, subconsciously, doors open for you. Life presents gifts to you, blessings to you. I also think it's really important to note, I firmly believe in manifestation, and I believe it can be easy, and it doesn't have to be complicated. However, there is another thing I want to point out, and it's this. Some things in life are fated, and for some people this might be a hard pill to swallow, and that's okay. This message probably isn't for you, if that's the case. But do know that if you resonate with this idea of fate, or that some things are kind of meant to be in our lives, especially if you're an astrologer. If you're a traditional astrologer and you study Hellenistic astrology, you will know that when I say things are fated, things are freaking fated. And I have realized in my own study and obsession with Hellenistic astrology that a lot of our lives are planned out. And we can choose and manifest and make our own choices and do all the things. We have free will, absolutely. But the choices we make and the things that happen to us, they're meant to happen for a reason. The things that happen are going to happen anyway. If you decide to change your mind and go a different path in life, it was already going to happen that way. And I want to make a whole video on this in a different video, because this can go very long and very deep, and I just want to talk about manifestation for this video, but there's a lot more at play than just manifesting, right? Sometimes shitty things happen. Sometimes great things happen. Sometimes life just happens. And a lot of those things are very easily and obviously indicated in a astrology chart, zodiacal releasing, you name it, you can see it. Like, you can see it in actual physical tangible form in a natal chart. So with that in mind, I just want to close off this video by saying manifestation does not have to be complicated. It can be very, very easy, but just know that some things are fated, and sometimes when things happen in your life, you may feel like, did I manifest this? Did I manifest this terrible thing? No, that's toxic. I'm sorry. That belief system of, did I manifested this horrible thing in my life? That's toxicity. That's a terrible way of viewing life, and I don't subscribe or align with anyone who talks that way or believes that, period. I believe that a lot of things in life are written for us. Just to recap, know your values, write a list, surround yourself with expanders and people who really inspire you and show you that there is a way to do it. What's the fourth one? Take inspired action. Get into a deservingness mindset through guided meditations and hypnosis. That's it. Very simple. I mean, I think it might seem complicated because there are 5 steps, but it's really not. Basically, just write a list. Know your values, write a list, put it away, and then just get into receiving mode. That's basically it. Just open yourself up to receive. And you do that through acknowledging your energy, trusting yourself, knowing that you deserve what you want, and trusting that it's gonna come in its own divine timing. Because again, everything in life is divinely timed. We can see it in zodiacal releasing, we can see it in a natal chart. Even if you're like in open receptive mode, sometimes things won't happen. I'm so nervous because I have like a 10-year really challenging period coming up in my zodiacal releasing. But then right after that period, or like coinciding with that really terrible health crisis in my life in my 40s, like it looks bad, guys. If I survive past my early 40s, I will be so happy. I will live to tell the tale. But whatever happens after like 44 years old, I'm gonna be entering like a 15-year major peak period in my first house in zodiacal releasing, which is gonna be huge. So if I live to tell the tale past age 42, 43, I am so excited to share all of this. But then again, I'm saying this because some things are divinely timed. Everything's divinely timed. And you can manifest all you want. You can, you know, write your list all you want, and absolutely you can attract things for sure. But there's also an element of timing involved and like magical alliances of meeting the stars, right? That connection of right timing, right, being at the right place at the right time, right? All of that has to coincide. And so as long as you can stay open and deserving, and your self-worth is high enough that you can be open to receiving all those blessings, and it's coinciding at the right opportune time in your zodiacal releasing and natal chart and progressions and all of this stuff, then it's like, bling, you hit the jackpot. You manifested your dream life. But there has to be both. It's not just free will, and it's not just the stars. It's a merging of the two. So I hope this video helps. I really wanted to make this video about how manifesting is not as complicated as you think. It's actually quite simple. You do not need a vision board. You do not need to constantly visualize your dream life happening right now. You do not need to write 5-year, 10-year plans and writing future letters to yourself as if you've already made all those things happen. Just write the goddamn list and move on. I'm feeling really, really excited today. If you like this video, please be sure to give me a thumbs up, or just give me a thumbs up in general. Really helps to support the channel, helps to support the work I'm doing. Simple thing, but it really means a lot. If you'd like to join my Patreon, click the link down below. I have my guided meditations and my ebook and my guide down below. Include all of it in the description box in the comments. But yeah, I hope you're having a beautiful day. I hope this inspired you, gave you some encouragement and excitement for life, or just anything. And yeah, I will see you next time here on the channel. Bye.